Yes, thank you. So moving ahead, now we have one of the most interesting, panel discussion for the day. We have been waiting for this panel discussion since morning, and it's on regional entertainment. Go local. We have eminent panel speakers in this discussion. We have Professor Dr. Sujay Biswas. He's the director and CEO from Techno India University and Techno India Group. We have Mr. Nitin Neera Chandra, founder from Bijord. Aditya K. Thakur, Ajit K. Thakur, pardon me, Chief Consultant, ARHE Media and Broadcasting Private Limited. Miss Raji M. Shinde, uh, CEO, Wild Music Records and Wild Music Haryanvi. Jimmy Tangri, Head 91.9 Friends FM. Aditya Viyog, CEO Planet Marathi from OTT platform. And this session is getting moderated by none other than Professor Ujjwal Kumar Chaudhary. He is the session moderator for the day. He is the Pro Vice Chancellor at MS University. Let me have a minute to introduce our moderator for the day. He is a leading media and communication academic in India and is known for his convergent approach to media education, starting from an integrated board-based leading to focus specialization at the top. A known face in TV studio debates and a regular writer in Indian media, Professor Chaudhary also served as a dean of MIT University and some leading institutions like DGMC, Symbiosis, Whistling Wood International, NSHM, to name few. He has been associated with several media organizations, including Business India TV, Z News, TOI, and WHO Media. Professor, Professor Chaudhary is a recipient of Golden Triangle Awards by the Global Forum of Public Relations and has been honored with the Hall of Fame in PR and PR education. It's an honor and privilege, sir, to have you as a moderator for this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. From the morning, we have been seeing India go away. It's time for Bharat. So I don't know whether Bharat means only regional, because there is an India at the regional level and there is a Bharat at the national level, both ways. Today, we will look forward to knowing how entertainment is going deeper in roots post-pandemic in multiple Indian languages all across the country. We listened to the Hoi Choi director yesterday, head of revenue and strategy, Mr. Somyo yesterday. And today we'll listen to several other experts, OTT, radio, and otherwise. And to begin, without taking more time, because it's a long panel, without taking more time, let me first invite the academic on the panel, Dr. Sujay Biswas, who is also a practitioner of interesting, entertaining media. Dr. Sujay Biswas, Director and CEO of Techno India Group, a BTech, MTech, and PhD all in engineering, 12 years in Techno India, guide to PhD scholars as well. He has his own YouTube channel. He's a ready host. He's active in Chambers of Commerce. He's a director of 5 years long celebrity show as well. Dr. Biswas, how do you see entertainment evolving in various regions and states and provinces of India, particularly post-pandemic, when digital holds the key? Focus is on the digital. It's a web-led media today, increasingly so. Dr. Biswas, please, if you could put your video on.
I do not understand why my video is not on. My video is in on mode, so I cannot understand what the technicalities are there. Maybe that
no, is there your audio is very perfect. You can continue speaking, please. No problem. If there is a problem, let's not worry about it. Please continue speaking. Talk in the radio mode. Talk in the radio mode. Jimmy is there in the audience. I'm sorry, in the panel. You know that he is the voice.
I know Jimmy. You know that I and Jimmy together had hosted when Sophia the robot came to Techno India University, and we were both together. We hosted Jimmy Sophia in Nazrul Manch in Calcutta. So,
absolutely.
Jimmy knows me. I'll start with a Hindi shari. It says, "ये वक्त भी गुजर जाएगी गालिब, ये वक्त भी गुजर जाएगी गालिब, थोड़ा इंतजार तो कर, जब गम ही ना ठहरी, जब खुशी ही ना ठहरी, तो गम का क्या औकात." So we are now almost done with the pandemic. You know, you're always done with almost done with the pandemic, and But at the same time, the pandemic has given us a huge lesson. The pandemic and the lockdown boosted the Indian audience appetite for entertainment and also altered our viewing taste. It was the OTT platforms that willed in the a la carte of entertainment. A cryptic gadget notification currently by the Government of India brought all content streaming on OTT platform under the purview of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and therefore subject to review and refereeing. The move could have far-reaching implications for OTT platforms and the content creators. It could curb creativity, prompt self-censorship, and bring biased value judgment to what it is henceforth permissible and what is not. The high-tech industry has unsurprisingly been cautious to reach and will probably get time to get grips with what it means to serve under a government regime. You know, over the top or OTT media service is the streaming media service offered to viewers. Initially, for the longest time in India, movie going was the grandest form of entertainment. But the last 5 to 6 years, things started to change. Walk, stand-up comedy, live gigs, traveling ballets, cook-offs, paintball came into vogue. The movie experience was, of course, even more elaborate and multiplexed, but tubs of popcorn in 10 flavors, nachos with dips, luxury recliners, silver and gold tickets. Then came the pandemic and proof overnight all of it suddenly disappeared. Now there was a big shift. In a good old habit film style, the hero, in this case, the entertainment, was born. And this time in the OTT Parivar. Movies like Serious Men, Shakuntala Devi, The Old Garden, etc., etc. There were OTT originals too, such as Holy Date, the American rom-com, The Denting Comedian. Then there is 2 more waves, The Man in the High Castle. And then several other of them. I'm not going to quote names which will eat up the time. Then came the audio OTT platforms, JioSaavn, YouTube Music, Spotify, etc. It also witnessed a 42%, trust me, 42% increase in the time spent on them in the first week of lockdown. On Hungama Music, you know, the Hungama Music, the virtual version was launched with original property in Hungama Music Room, which features renowned musicians delivering acoustic performance while talking about their lives and careers. Hungama Digital Media since March 2009, since March, Shan, Udit Narayan and Aditya Narayan, Salim Sulaiman and many others appeared on the show. In this show itself, when OTT platforms debuted in India in 2008, with Big Flix, it was just a limited experience. In 2011, Big Flix announced a monthly subscription of 250, but it was only in 2020 that a platform started offering original content, and it captured the market. Netflix and Amazon Prime Video, both American companies, started investing heavily in local original content. In 2009, Hotstar, which is owned by Star India, invested rupees 120 crores. I repeat, 120 crores in generating original content. No matter what the platform, originals became the flavor of the season, part of the distinctiveness of the indigenous OTT countries that it ventures into areas of mainstream. So original content just took up. There was Chaman Bahar, Raj Bihari, Selection Day that started, and now it started going into deep down the micro level. You know, Apratim Chatterjee, who acted in streaming series on Hoichoi, Dupur Thapkro, makes the point that many new talents like himself arrived on these platforms to a rousing reception, such as would have been unlikely on traditional walls. And what it made the difference was that it reached the micro level. It reached the villagers, which makes up the major part of the Indian populace. Apart from the content, audiences across ages are exulting in freedom. This is the newfound freedom. You know, you can see anything, anytime, and you don't have to wait for certain times to come. That was the beauty of the OTT. Add to this novelty of intuitive navigation, the purviews, the trending nows, the recently holds, the mails in the inbox with subject lines such as top suggestions for we have just added a film like you, or simply enjoying my Christmas tree, gave the democracy which was much awaited. Once it became clear which was the audience was headed, electronic companies tweaked associated gadgetry, HD monitors, TV sets, USB ports, and others. And OTT plus telecom came with bundled services. Anindya Banerjee, the head of content of Hoichoi, tells the time it would have been normally taken us to get here, which would have been another 4 to 5 years, it would have come, but in another 4 to 5 years. But that, in fact, this lockdown, this pandemic, the lockdown brought it so fast. The actors, now, how it happened, the actors shot it on their smartphones, the script was ready. As definitely a compromise was, a little bit of compromise had to be done, but fresh content just replaced the entire thing. The story of a divorce case happening over Zoom during the lockdown has actors coming together for a 10-episode show shot entirely indoors. Of course, the backend had to be tweaked to take on the added load. Manish Kanodia, the CCO of Iridum Interactive, a New Delhi-based digital marketing agency, says, when you are watching a video, it catches the bandwidth of the user and stream. It can be 480p, 2160p, 4000p, or pixel. When I say p, it's pixel. When COVID happened, OTT platform downgraded all their streams to 1080 pixels only, so that everyone can take the advantage of it. Netflix added, trust me, Netflix added 10.1 million paid membership in its second quarter this year, as compared to 2.7 million last year. Indians are among the highest downloaders and viewers of the content on Netflix. After English and the local language, there are other languages, Spanish, Korean. The user has started Hindi to reach out to more and more people. Hoichoi witnessed a spike in the membership in and around March. It is said that when television resumed full-fledged, everyone believes that a lot of people will go back to these cinema screens, but a lot will stay back. By September 2020, Hoichoi reached 13 million viewers worldwide. Amazon Prime Video witnessed 67% surge in subscriptions, while Alt Bilaji witnessed an average of 17,000 new subscribers each day of the lockdown. So the change is visible. The change is, I have made the changes not only through Shairi, not only through success, words of success, but through contents which are statistically supported by whatever I have done. It's a new time, and we have come local, and we have come to realize, that our local language, be it English, be it Gujarati, be it Marathi, be it Hindi, if it can go down to our population, we have a 134 crore population, and our market is very big. And if we can reach out, if our communication is clear, if our communication is straight, if it's transparent, then success is guaranteed. I'll just end with the words on success. It says, and I quote, "Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of clouds of doubt, and you never know how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. Stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit, that you must not quit, that you must not quit." Thank you, Ujjwal. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak on this August platform, and I'm really thankful to all. But I don't know if my video didn't happen.
Doesn't matter. Your passion was so visible. I want
to show my face. I'm trying to log in.
It's okay.
I just try to log in from my.
No, it's okay. Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. There are 5 more speakers. But your passion was very visible from what you said. You had research, you had data, and you had a positivity all around. My only request to you is that forget the video. It would have been really great to see you while you speak so passionately. But what's more important and relevant and long-standing would be if you could share a written version of your talk, which you could carry in smx.network as a trend analysis, because it is really a good, well-researched. Thank you, in the true academic style. Now from true academic to true application. Application, implementation, operations, and going through the fire. I'll bring forth someone who is heading the operations as CEO of one of the richest languages of India, Marathi language. CEO Planet Marathi, OTT platform. I have with me Mr. Aditya V. Oak, CEO of Planet Marathi, the OTT platform in Marathi language. He's actually a sound engineer of a great repute. Jaduchi Peti, I hope many people have heard, is the creator of a purely harmonium-based, show, which I think later on came in Hindi also, right? If I'm not wrong, you could speak on that.
Yes.
So 125 shows he has performed across India and abroad. Sound designer of Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, that well-known Bollywood flick. And Raja Shiva Chhatrapati, we also know about that very well. He has worked with some of the best names of Indian music, A.R. Rahman, Pritam, Salim Sulaiman, and many more. My favorite, Shantanu Moitra as well, if I'm not wrong. So over to you, Mr. Oak, for your evaluation of how OTT has performed in 2020, how 2021 holds what sort of promises for you in Marathi OTT, Planet Marathi. Mr. Oak, Aditya Oak, please.
Having me on this, seminar, and I'm very hello.
Yeah, it's okay. Go on.
It's okay. Yes, thank you very much, everybody, for inviting me here, and I'm really glad to present my, little views on the OTT platform. As you know, that basically I'm a musician working in industry for last nearly 25 years. And we have been working on the this OTT platform since 2020, then the pandemic starts. And let me tell you, I have some questions sent to me on the email. So I would like to discuss on these particular points only because, yes. And first of all, I totally agree with each and every word that Dr. Vishwas has said. And this is real time to, I think all regional OTT should fight back against the international OTTs platform. As he started with the Shairi, I would like to quote one more share, for him, that कौन कहता है कि आकाश में सुराख नहीं हो सकता, कौन कहता है कि आकाश में सुराख नहीं हो सकता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारो. So this is the time to actually throw this, पत्थर to Akash and show the what regional OTT is, that we have complete superpower, we complete have superpower within us. And OTT is doing extremely well. We will launch our OTT in mid-May now, and right now we are making huge content. We are nearly investing around 100 crores of rupees in the content, and we will be coming mostly around 20,000 hours of entertainment in mid-May with fiction, non-fiction, and this will be OTT which will epic the culture of Marathi language. Culture is big word in India. Every language has its own culture, and it's great that any international OTT doesn't have that, doesn't have that soul of culture. That is why Indian people will definitely get attracted towards these regional platforms, and these regional platforms are going to do excellent in 2020. I think so. If we talk about the population of typical Marathi people, it is around 18 crore Marathi people speaking are there. So among that, around 12 to 13 crores have the smartphones with us. So you can see 120 million, 130 million is the target of Marathi, Planet Marathi OTT right now, which we are trying to achieve this. And this is almost going to be a huge task for us, but we are definitely sure that we'll be getting to it. Now, I have been asked one question here, that is OTT is going to be new cinema? Well, this is very big question. I would say, unfortunately, the answer is yes. And why I'm saying unfortunately is that I personally like the theatrical experience. Some content is made for theaters, but this pandemic has forced people to start using this personal space, what is called as a OTT. And cinema being the big brother of the entertainment, I personally feel it shouldn't die, but I think it is going to be a fact that the OTT is going to become the next cinema for this thing. And finally, I would say, this is all basically I had, and I would say this OTT is going to grow great. 2021 is going to be a huge year for all OTTs, and we should strike off, and we should see that these regional OTTs definitely fight to these international OTTs. Thank you.
Aditya, there was Pranjal Khandaria, the former president of Phantom and former vice president of Sony Pictures, yesterday in this Indicoms, this program, and there was the other gentleman who was from Hollywood, Aftab Asghar. And if you had met them, if I had them in this panel with you, they would have made a mincemeat of you for telling that the film will die.
No, I see. This is unfortunate thing. I was speaking to my daughter. She's just 16 right now, and I said, "Would you mind seeing all pictures on OTT?" She said, "No, But some pictures I would like to go in and seeing theater. Avengers cannot be seen on OTT platforms. It's not made for actually OTT.
Yes.
So though it is unfortunate, it shouldn't happen. Cinema shouldn't die actually.
I agree to your point that mid-budget cinema, certain types of cinema will go on OTT. But it's very tough to express 1983, which is coming in June, to be seen on OTT. Very sad.
Yes, very sad. Yes.
I would not want.
But some of the cinema makers, even Suryavanshi is not released on OTT yet.
Right.
Radhe is not going to get on OTT, or Pathan is not going to be on the OTT. So these films they have made only for theaters, and they will get released in theaters, and that's a big news. This is what I feel.
On the other side, Gulabo Sitabo, though had big cast, it was quite good for OTT because the scope was limited. It was a niche.
Yes.
So how do you look at the figures going ahead for Planet Maratha? I know you have said 1.8 crores is your target, 180 million. That's 10% of the Marathi population of the world. 10% of the Marathi.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
See, it completely depends on our strategy right now. We are working on it, that how to reach so much of people, because if we divide the world into 6 demographical areas, then we have Marathi speaking people in the United States, Canada, we have Marathi speaking people in Europe, we have Marathi people speaking in Nairobi, Kenya, Addis Ababa, that is Ethiopia, simultaneously entire Middle East, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia. So these are the regions that we have Marathi speaking people. So it's we are trying our best to reach out to these people, and the most important thing I think to reach these people out is the budget. So we are planning to have a minimized fees for this OTT, subscription for this OTT, and we will be having 1 rupee, 1 day, 1 device policy. So it will be only 365 rupees, and the entire entertainment of Marathi will be open for people. And we think that this is the key factor right now to enter in the market.
Great. You have really given a good and promising, treatise on Marathi OTT. So from Bengali OTT yesterday to Marathi OTT just now, let's move on to Punjab entertainment. Entertainment in Punjab. Yes.
I just want to make one request that I have another call at 5 o'clock. So I just, take your leave right now here, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, I'll just interrupt you, Aditya. Before you go off, you and I need to connect on music and other things. So we'll exchange numbers through Ujjwal and do that.
Please, we will connect. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. We'll organize that. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya, and see you again on some other opportunity.
Sure. Thank you.
So, Madam Raji Shinde, I think I'm meeting you second time on similar. Last time it was a face-to-face meeting. I think I was dean either of Symbiosis or of Whistling Woods at that time. Today I am in Calcutta as Pro Vice Chancellor of Adams University, and my very good friend Jimmy is in this panel, who has been friend for the last 20 years. So I have been seeing Jimmy's voice, reverberating across Kolkata for the last 20 years, listening to it, and he has been seeing me jumping from one institute to the other. Anyway, coming to our discussion point, Raji ma'am, it's so good to see you again. CEO of Miss Raji M. Shinde, CEO of Wild Music Records or Wild Music Haryanvi, 2 decades into media entrepreneurship, programming, media IP creations, startup and expansion specialist, honored as Jewel of Punjab by Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, FICCI awarded as Woman Entrepreneur, Dada Saheb Phalke Film Foundation awardee, a lady of immense and multiple talent and history to her work. She has actually redefined a lot of Punjabi entertainment, which is centering around music in a big way, including Haryanvi entertainment as well. So, ma'am, how do you look at entertainment going local, particularly in post-pandemic times, when the power of the internet has been released much more than what it was in earlier times? Over to you, Madam Raji Shinde.
Thank you so much. First of all, I congratulate everybody who is here. Be a part of this discussion. I'm sure it's going to be really, really fruitful and interesting for all of us. And thank you for inviting me on this panel, Ujjwal. As far as the OTT consumption on streaming platforms is concerned, I feel that the way it has increased, it was evident that we are going to go the regional way, primarily because I feel that India is a diverse and heterogeneous country. And with so many states having regional dominated languages, it was evident that we will have a time when regional OTT would become an important part of our lives. Just a brief, while I was working with national channels, there was a time when the first ever Punjabi channel was launched years back. And at that point of time, the market, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have digital, but despite that, a Punjabi regional channel gave a lot of good platform to Punjabi music and raised the bar of Punjabi music all across the years, what it has become today. So it's also important to understand in today's time, where we see the latest report of the Internet and Mobile Association, where they show that there has been an increase in the internet users in the rural India, which has happened for the first time. That's one part of it. The second part of it is the kind of data consumption and the internet access which is available to rural India is or has propelled the growth all across. So as of now, when we sit on the go local or the regional thing, I think it's interesting to notice one more thing, that while in the languages like Bengali, South, Gujarati and Marathi, there is so much of content which is available to be consumed on various platforms or TV channels. There is still a platform which is doing well and people are looking at watching content. So that's very important. You see, when you look at the Marathi channels or the Bengali TV channels or the South Indian channels, there's so much of content which is available, but still there is scope for regional content available on OTT, and there are audiences which are available to see. And that's precisely the reason where I feel apart from these languages, there is still a scope for coming out with a Punjabi OTT, which I am coming out with. Because if you look at the Punjabi market, there are only few channels which are available, and the content available on the TV channels is quite scattered, and it's all only limited to music and religious and films. So there is a scope of a good OTT platform, even in Punjabi language, and that's where my next vertical is going to be.
Great. So
Yeah.
Punjabi entertainment on its own has been quite strong,
Yeah.
particularly in music. And particularly over the last 10, 15 years, singers have gone around the world. A new crop of singers have come up, and you have a big role also in promoting many of these singers, in fact. So what difference has this OTT revolution that's coming and the pandemic has made to Punjabi music? What new dimensions have been there, if there are?
See, for Punjabi music, it has increased, but at the same time, they did face a problem where shoots were not happening and the videos were not being shot. What is more important to understand in Punjabi market today is that today the Punjabi music is available on YouTube. As in, when you want to watch music, you don't have to sit in front of a TV channel to watch it. What is more important is today the Punjabi audience, what is it that they require? They require stories in their own language. They want to watch content in their own language, like any Marathi or a Bengali or a South Indian would want to do it. Unfortunately, it's not available. And with these stats, like almost 25 million households watch Punjabi content on weekly basis in the country. 73 million individuals watch Punjabi content on a weekly basis. So there is a scope and there is a want and a need for coming out with Punjabi content, which is beyond music and beyond religious or beyond a bit of news. So this is I feel music is one aspect of it. Music has grown over a period of time, and that too it grew because there wasn't any platform in year back 2000. There was only DD Punjabi, DD Jalandhar. So when it got a platform, the Punjabi music got it. It increased. Similarly, in terms of movies, it got a platform. People could now understand that, okay, this is the film. I can see a promo on a TV channel. I can decide whether I go to a theater or I watch it on a TV channel. So I feel that now a entire complete entertainment OTT platform for Punjabi language is the way forward.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you. Please stay put because there will be questions from the audience. So we were in Maharashtra, then we went to Punjab and Haryana, and let's now move to Bihar and Jharkhand. So, it's a good fun. These days, thanks to pandemic, on one single day, we can have a national tour and listen from the experts and the entrepreneurs in various languages. So now we move to the founder of the Bejod OTT called Bejod, Nitin Nirachandra. Nitin Nirachandra is the founder of Bejod, a OTT platform from Bihar, Jharkhand. He is the founder of the production house, well-known Champaran Talkies. Then his admired documentary, which has been written about a lot, Bring Back Bihar. Then the film that has got awarded, Bhojpuri film, Beswa, he is the director of that. A Pune University film graduate. He has a selection of his work in various film festivals. And today, he has created a huge impact with OTT, in the OTT space in Bihar, Jharkhand, with Bhojpuri language. Over to you, Mr. Nirachandra. Tell your story from Pune University campus to starting an OTT channel. How has been the journey?
Thank you so much. And I was listening to Raji about the Punjabi thing. I remember in 2014, I signed a Punjabi film and I was in Chandigarh. And eventually the film wasn't made. It hasn't been made yet. We recorded the song, and I always say that Punjabi is the entertainment national language of the national entertainment language of India. Coming to Bejod, I have made a couple of feature films, documentaries. I have directed 50 to 60 music videos. I won a national award and made a film in Maithili language. Maithili is one of the major languages of Bihar, apart from Bhojpuri, and almost equal number of people speak Maithili in Bihar, but unfortunately, not much of work has been done in the language. And Bihar is such a rich state in terms of its linguistic heritage that we have got 3 distinct languages in Bihar. Bhojpuri, everybody knows. People know Maithili. Maithili is only language which is in the 8th schedule of the constitution. And another language is from the Magadhi languages. But people like me, we are the people who are facing a double challenge. Like when we say Bhojpuri, there is a certain kind of cinema which comes in the mind of people that, okay, Bhojpuri is a kind of cinema which is made for a specific kind of audience. Like my mother tongue is Bhojpuri. I come from Buxar from Dumrao. Dumrao is the place where Ustad Bismillah Khan was born. So I come from that place. I speak Bhojpuri, but unfortunately, when in 2006 I came to Mumbai after doing my master's and other studies from Pune University, I saw all kind of posters, and then I really felt that why such films are made. And over the period of time when I started making, I made my first film Deswa in 2011, exactly 10 years ago, and I couldn't get the release. It couldn't release in the theaters. And then in 2000, later we dubbed it and then it was released. Then I made Mithila Makhan, won the first national award. It is the first national award for Bihar, for a film which is made in Bihar in the language of Bihar. Again, that film also didn't get the release because theaters were not ready to release it. There was no marketing budget. And gradually we kept on trying. We went to all the OTTs, jitne bhi OTTs India mein hai. We know the names. I don't want to take any names. So all of the OTTs, they rejected. They said, what is Maithili? I said, it's a language spoken by like 5 crore people in Bihar, Jharkhand, and in the other parts of India. Like if we go to Delhi, NCR, there is a huge population of people from Bihar. And gradually when the pandemic arrived, then like everybody was discussing that what happened in the pandemic, then I decided that now this is the time. That film is almost 3-4 years it was made. But in 2016, I started my YouTube channel. Bejod, in 2016, I started. And then I gradually making content, and I got people like Hariharan to sing Mathili, Sonu Nigam, Shreya, Sunidhi, even Mikka kind of Punjabi singer, Hindi singer, he sung for us in Bhojpuri. And later we got other people also, Suresh Wadekar and Udit Narayan. I kept on making a lot of music videos, short films, and finally when Bejod went to almost more than 100,000 subscribers and almost 20-25 million views, then we thought that this is the time, then water has been tested, and it's the time that we start the first OTT for the languages of Bihar, Jharkhand, the indigenous languages. Now, the problem with our state is that unfortunately we are called Hindi Patti. Now, that's a major problem, that I am not Hindi Patti, I am Bhojpuri Patti. Like Raji is from the Punjabi Patti. So, but that is not recognized. But so what is the challenge? The challenge with me is other people, like I was listening to Planet Marathi person, Mr. Oak, and with Punjabi people, with Marathi people, you have to make content, good content. Now, my problem is the language is divided among people. भोजपुरी में एक समाज है जो देखता है और एक समाज है जो सिर्फ बोलता और समझता है. Bhojpuri is a very unique space. It is totally taken over by a certain kind of crass content. You can just go to YouTube and write Bhojpuri and see the first 200 videos you get. So my problem which I face and I'm still facing is I have to fight not only to make good content, but also with the perception which Bhojpuri has gained over the period of time in last a decade or so. But now what we are doing is in our OTT in Bejod, we have also launched the app for the Android phones. With the first film we launched, we saw a good number of people, almost 25 to 30,000 people are the registered users in last 3 months, 4 months from now, from November to March. What we are doing now, apart from releasing other films, now we don't have content in market that we can acquire it. Because see, I am charging, right now we are in PPV model. So in the PPV model, I'm telling people to pay $100 and see the film at home. But the problem is that people are saying, why are we paying 100 rupees? And there are a lot of discussion going on. Now, what we have started doing, we have started selecting the films in public domain. This is what I'm doing from last 2 months. Apart from trying to pitch for new films, we have started dubbing films which are in public domain, and we are putting on our channel Bejod.in. So I am very hopeful and very positive about this whole OTT thing. And when Mr. Oak was saying that that cinema is going to suffer, my opinion is that an equilibrium will be attained after I think in a couple of years, like when TV arrived and when VHS arrived, when we were kids. I have seen older videos when a lot of film industry people, they in fact took out a rally in Mumbai in 80s, and people were against VHS. But then an equilibrium was achieved and everything existed. So cinema is going to exist, but for a bigger budget.
Bigger budget, bigger scale.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll get back to you with some questions. We'll get back to you. Please be there.
Yeah.
There's this gentleman who has been waiting patiently for the last 55 minutes, if I'm not wrong. And my good friend, I can take liberties with him. So I kept the best voice for the last moment. Here is the voice of Calcutta, Jimmy Tangri. And I do not want to look into any piece of paper to introduce him, but nevertheless, at least to be technically correct or factually correct. Oh no, let me go ahead by just inviting him to speak. He is the head of 91.9 Friends FM. I know him for a quarter century almost, and this quarter century he has been in radio. Voice of Kolkata, mascot of radio in East India, all aspects of radio business he has been involved. From his work in Saregama broadcast, Red FM earlier, and today he has made Friends FM, the voice, the radio of Calcutta, very innovative. And it's not just radio. You can even watch the radio. That's the beautiful thing. He makes it do it. Not just listen to it, but even watch it. Over to you, Jimmy.
Well, thank you, Jalda. Thank you so much. It's been always such a wonderful moment to interact with you on any platform, whether it be at the university level, whether it be at the digital level, or whether it be at the ground level, whichever way we look at it. And it's such a proud pleasure being out here. And it's really wonderful to hear all the speakers. You know what I always say, however many years I've been in radio, which is about 27 years now. Before that, I was into DJing, across 37 years of DJing also now. And I come from a business family. So my love for music kind of got me into all these various acts of my passion. Uh, Radio has always been very close to my heart. And I think it's very important to let people know out there that radio is all about connecting, all about engaging, and that too in real time. It's not just about a sexy voice or the great music you play. Music is very important for radio, of course. It kind of entertains, kind of brings about happiness. But the main mantra of radio is to be a friend, to engage, to connect, and to be accessible by people across via phone, via WhatsApp, on the digital platform. And talking about the pandemic, yes, exactly on the 22nd of March when the pandemic hit and suddenly there was a lockdown, most of the radio stations decided, chalo yaar, ghar se broadcast kare ya nahi to record karke, let's send the link and do it. We at Friends FM took a stance. I remember still we were a 24/7 live station before the pandemic. We used to broadcast and broadcast 24/7 live across. Even at 3 o'clock in the morning, you give a call, you can connect with the RJ. At 4 o'clock in the morning, you give a call, you will have an RJ talking with you. Whether you're low, whether you're depressed, whether you're studying, whether you're a security guy sitting at a gate, whoever is awake in the night. The importance of radio, as I said, is connectivity. And we decided when the lockdown was imposed and I took the team together, we in principle decided that even lockdown, we are going to go 24/7 live. So there, my entire team, the RJs, the back-end production were coming to office during lockdown and we were ensuring that we go absolutely live what we do. It was for about 2 months we carried on and we used to do some shows. Like I've been doing a show since about 28 years now. 26 years now. And for the last 4 years also that show has been going on Facebook Live. Simultaneously when it goes on radio, that show also goes on Facebook live stream. That was happening for 4 years. Then on 8th of June, we took a call as a radio station. Again, as I'm saying is you reimagine, you reinvent, you reboot and you move. It's not just about, just being the same old thing and being very happy that we went live during pandemic. That's not the only thing. So from the 8th of June, the entire station has been going live 24/7 on a Facebook live stream. And we were also surprised when Facebook got in touch with us wanting to do a case study that we were reaching 1.7 crore people on the Facebook live stream on a daily basis, which was astounding. So people from the United States, Canada, London, UAE, Dubai, Singapore were not just only hearing us, were engaging with us, were sending us messages, were connecting to us via phone and WhatsApp. Suddenly the world became so close and so small. Sitting in Calcutta, I had Mr. Ronojoy Biswas from Canada getting in touch with us and saying, wow, this is like I feel as if I'm right in the city of Kolkata. And that was the important thing, connecting. Radio is all about emotion. Radio is all about being there for people when they need someone to talk to. It's not just, yaar, chalo yaar, program record kar diya, baja diya. In fact, what we started just now currently also are podcasts which are not recorded. We are doing live podcasts. What's use of recording a podcast and giving gyan and saying you must be strong and you must be positive? Yes, say that, but also give an equal chance for the person hearing you to get in touch with you, engage with you, share his problem with you. And that's the mantra of radio, which I feel it's really progressed right through the pandemic. We have been there connecting with people in their low moments. We are playing music for them. And we also go live on the streets using our Facebook Live potential and live on the streets reporting using the mobile phone in terms of audio. We were live on the streets also during pandemic. People were knowing what was the situation. We were connecting people from across the state. We were also connecting, people who were stuck indoors. And there were cases when I still remember a gentleman got in touch with us that he cannot go out. He's out of food. His 2-month-old kid hasn't had milk for 2 days. And he gave us a call on the station and we were as it is live. And there was a kind of appeal. Trust me, the city of Kolkata responded. By next day, the cops came, the NGOs came together and they made sure that enough of stuff was reached to his place. And that is just one case. We were connecting with hospitals, we were connecting with doctors, we were connecting with people who were originally from Calcutta. Their mom and dad staying in Calcutta, and they were based out of the US, the London, UAE, Dubai. They were giving us a call and they were connecting, and we were actually connecting them to their loved ones live on the phone. So much of engagement. And I always say, I think tough times bring out the best in us. Tough times make us do things which we could ever think, yaar, ho hi nahi sakta. And I think this is a lesson we should learn here. It is not about just, being there and being the yo and being the wow. I think it's time humanity realized the importance of working together, spreading the goodness, and bringing the world together. That's very important. And I must say, Raji, I love that title, Wild Music. It's so go-getting, so much of josh and so much of energy. I just look at that and I feel that yaar, the kind of Punjabi music you must be creating must be super rocking. And that's what it is all about. Music is all about making individuals happy. In Calcutta, though we are sizably Bengali, we play English and Hindi music, we do play a lot of Punjabi music because people love it. The energy levels, it's nice to see smiles on faces. Today we are not audible, also only audible. We are visible. And as we are moving forward, I must say, friends completed 14 years of radio last Sunday, and we've done something really crazy. We've actually created an in-house conception where we are streaming our studio sound on digital Dolby Atmos mode on Facebook Live. So whatever is going on Facebook Live, you can actually plug in an headphone. You can actually plug in an headphone and you feel a CD is playing out on Facebook Live. It's super digital quality. So as I feel, as we move forward, pandemic or no pandemic, we will carry on reimagining, we will carry on reinventing, we will carry on rebooting. And I always say, and I really wish one day the OTT platforms, not just content. I think you guys have got a great reach. You can actually create 1 hour engaging sessions with, top of the line icons, which are there to engage and interact with people. Thoda sa josh, thoda sa happiness, thoda sa engagement can do wonders, can be in any language. You can do it in Punjabi, you can do it in Maithili, you can do it in Marathi, across. Somewhere or another, I think one model and one vote. Yaar, ek haath se taali bachta nahi hai, do haath se bachta hai. It has to be a two-way process. And that's all I have to say because there's so much to talk about. Being a jock, being into radio, we can never stop. I can carry on for hours. So with that, I rest my case. Thank you so much.
Great to see you and hear you together. Because normally we hear you and do not see you.
Sir, now you can see me 24/7. I mean, you can see the station 24/7.
Yes. Let me ask a different question. Yes, radio has come up a great channel or platform to connect people in distress, as you have said, to connect people in joy, as you always do. How well have you connected the brand builders and the viewers, or listeners, during the pandemic and after the pandemic? Has your business gone down, gone up? What are your strategies for 21?
Okay, let me tell you. I think pandemic, in terms of radio, in terms of Friends FM, we have actually reached out. We have outdone ourselves. We never expected that there would be such a high rage, I would say, of engagement. Literally, people were connecting, people were locked indoors. Their only means of live two-way entertainment was radio. And we were the only radio station other than Virgin FM Dubai, which was broadcasting 24/7 live. No recorded content, no ki chalo quick edit karke baja de. We were there for the people, and way people engaged. People spoke their hearts out. People rediscovered themselves. People shared their low and high moments, and there were tears in my eyes many a time because there was so much of warmth being coming out, And best part of the show was not just Calcutta. We got calls from across Bengal since we were on Facebook Live. We got calls from across the country. We were connecting families. We were connecting kids abroad to their parents in the city. So I think connecting wise, we outdid ourselves and we were surprised. As I said, even Facebook was zapped that we were reaching 1.7 crore people, combination of audible and visible radio together. In terms of business, I'm sure everybody during the pandemic was hit hard. Radio was also hit hard. But the good thing in radio, what we did was we innovated. We reinvented ourselves. We came up with new strategies. We were giving the clients a combination of digital at a live level to engaging on audibility and connecting. So ultimately, we are progressing towards a lot of positivity in business. And where Friends is concerned, we are definitely doing much better than what people expected us to do. So I think there's a long way for all of us to go in terms of radio. But I feel radio needs to be more innovative, more hard hitting, and a true really station is a station which is absolutely live. Yeah,
Great.
eventually that has to be the case. And I think in terms of business, this year is looking very good. We have progressed well. And of course, with the elections coming into the East, I think there'll be huge radio spends. So that's again a plus factor for all the radio stations in the East in the coming months, basically.
Yes, political communication thrives on recall value, and radio is a great platform for recall value, creation of recall, undoubtedly true. Before I go to the other,
Jimmy, we should connect.
Definitely, it will be my
Yes.
pleasure. It will be my pleasure. Anything to do with music, anything to do with entertainment,
We should do.
I would love to be there.
Yeah,
Definitely, we must.
great. We will extend your numbers to
Yes.
all the
Sure,
panelists.
definitely.
We'll do that. Now, coming, Jimmy, before I leave you and go to the other two panelists, one question, because this comes from an audience, but this is not related to radio, it's more to about branding. Why local successful brands do not sustain in India and founders sell their company to outsiders? Flipkart is an example. Why we can't produce Jack Ma of Alibaba? Any thought on that? You don't, I've read this question. You don't have to find it. I've read the question. Did you hear me? Jimmy, did you hear me?
Yes, of course I heard you. Now, you know what? I would like to just put my, let me put it this way. It's all about money, honey. Simple and neat. I'm being very blunt.
Yeah.
Yes, currently we do find our Indian corporates getting into a very big way into various platforms, and of course picking up companies which are being big in the country. I've seen most of the companies and a lot of startups, over a couple of years have actually started their companies, build it up to an amazing level, valued it at a higher level, and eventually when they've got their mullah, they've kind of moved out. Quite a few have done it. Some have stuck on. But what I feel, it's very, very important for people, whether startups and whether building up their brands, to be very passionate about it. And a lot of Indians have done an amazing job. For example, I look at a brand like Wow Momo, which started off from Calcutta.
Right.
One of the co-founders and the co-owners, Sagar, has been he was an intern for our radio station, and today his passion has actually got him to create one of the world's iconic brands. And how come? Because it's a combination of qualitative food and amazing branding and again, connecting with people. But what I feel is, I think it's time that there will be a change and a churn which is happening. You can see the way Ambani is getting into picking up retail brands and picking up brands in the country, and an Indian buying Indian, competing against the biggest of conglomerates from across the world. So I feel it's important. It's not just about the moolah, which gives a brand value, but eventually the monies initially which came from abroad could not be matched in India. That's my way of looking at it, because a lot of people wanted to take a slice and a pie in the Indian market, knowing very well it has got a great future for them. So you have the Flipkarts moving out, You had Amazon churning into a deal with the Future Group. You had a lot of these things. And if you see each and every of these deals, there is a foreign involvement. Maybe out of 10 deals, there'll be a one Indian involvement. But you see, people like even Ratan Tata is being silent investor in Indian companies. So I think a time will come, when we don't have to sell outside the country. Within the country, people will be actually collating and taking over companies. And of course, one thing I really appreciate what's happening in India. I think everyone is coming together to create a very passionate startup if they are starting. Every Indian out there who's creating something is totally kick-ass. They've got the josh, they've got the go-getting attitude, and trust me, many of the startups and the big brands are far better than most of the international brands. And I think we should be proud of it. When actually you have a lot of international brands vying for Indian brands just to take a place. If they are so big, they can come right into the country with their strength and might and start off from scratch. But they don't want to do it because you've got ready brands there, which are totally amazing.
Right. Thank you. That's a very convincing perspective that you brought in. Nitin, you spoke about Bejod yesterday. What is Bejod tomorrow? 2021 for you, post April 1.
So now what has started happening in last 2 films which we have released, we have started getting advertisers now.
Great.
Mr. Jimmy is from Calcutta. There is a restaurant called Baba Rafi which has recently started in Calcutta. So Baba Rafi guys, like we told them that this is the film which we are going to show. Then they gave us ads. Now what is happening that the last film which we released was not on PPV model, but it was free for the audience because we got sponsorship, we got ads, we have created slots like TV and we have put ads in the middle. Now film going to the audience is for free. And even we don't have any subscription yet, that you don't have to pay $150 for a month and then you just create your user ID password and go and watch the film for the free. So now for 2021 and 2022, what we are doing is we are obviously pitching to a lot of investors. Some investors are showing interest because Bhojpuri Maithili, like I said, is a very different and it's a difficult space. None of the OTTs in India fund for the content, new content in these languages. This is the only 2 languages which are one of the biggest languages. 15 crore people talk Bhojpuri, 5 crore people talk Maithili. You know the population of Bihar and UP. This is the region I'm talking about, of Jharkhand. But none of the OTTs, bigger, smaller, fund to create new content in these languages, where I see it as an opportunity. And I think in coming time, we are like next in May, in the month of May, I am directing another film, which is in Maghi, which is the language of Magad, Maghi language. And apart from that, we are releasing a lot of film which we are getting. The content has to be good. We cannot feed the kind of the audience, the kind of film which are being made. So I think that things look very bright. We are very positive. And like we got success on YouTube with our Bejod channel, with the Bejod OTT also, I think the future is bright, Ujjwal.
Lovely, lovely. That's really positive news to know. I appreciate the concern that you have about the public image of Bhojpuri film, and you want to change that public perspective or image. Let me say, sometime earlier, the Malayali language films also had a very negative public image. Today, people do not look at Malayalam language films in a negative manner because of the Adur Gopal Krishnans of the world and many others, films like Durga and many others which have come from there. So you and your ilk will change the image for sure for the languages of Eastern part of India.
Only thing why we are taking time, I'll just take 30 seconds to tell you this. What is the challenge? Why Bhojpuri turned into crass? None of the films, like even Malayali, there was a time when the crass films were made, but then there was other film also with the good films of Mohanlal and Mammootty films. They were good.
Right.
Bhojpuri space, after the third wave of Bhojpuri post 2003-2004 with the arrival of Ravi Kishans and Manoj Tiwari's of Bhojpuri. Now what has happened that post liberalization, the lot of money has gone into certain part of the country, and in our schools, like I studied from Don Bosco Academy, Patna. Now we don't have, none of the schools in Bihar teach your language. Even in the government schools, you have optional. You take it or you don't take, doesn't matter. There are no jobs. It is not in the official language. So when the language is suffering, so the literature suffered. Because Bengal had Bankim and Sarat Chandra and Tagore's, they got Satyajit Ray and Ritvik Ghatak and Ritu Parno and other people. Same with, because there was Shiv Kumar Batalvi and Amrita Pritam, other people who in Punjab. So they got people like Gurvinder Singh with Anne Ghode Dadan and other good films being made, sensible films. Same with all the places where literature survived. So in Bihar, the literature did not survive in our own indigenous language, but I am still positive.
Lovely, lovely. That's a great perspective, very scholarly perspective, I must say. Why do you call your name Nitin Neera Chandra? Neera is your mother's name?
Neera is my mother and Chandra is my surname.
I appreciate on the eve of International Women's Day, I really appreciate putting your mother's name in the middle of your name.
I've been
That's really good.
Many years now.
Yes, yes, Sanjay Leela Bhansali also.
Nitin, there is also, I feel, there's a lot of scope for Bhojpuri music because in terms of, coming out with a different kind of Bhojpuri music with music videos and all that.
I would tell you that you see the Bejod YouTube channel and you see Sonu Nigam and Shreya and Sunidhi and
singing Bhojpuri.
I must say,
you listen
Nitin, I must say, there's a huge popularity of Bhojpuri music, in Bengal. There's a huge population, Bihari population there. And whether it be on the smartphones, whether it be movies or whether it be music, a sizable, I'm talking about, it runs into huge lakhs. There's a great potential there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so after Punjabi and Haryanvi, we were planning to get into wild music Bhojpuri. So let's...
Okay. And what's the Punjabi and the Haryanvi music for tomorrow, 2021? What are your plans for 2021?
Well, it's so I have a very, very different perspective to whom I'm releasing and why I'm releasing. Is that, you see, it's good to release the big stars, and I would always want to do it. But I've seen good, talented young artists not getting their due in terms of either a platform or getting them released and running and knocking doors all the time. So that's where I come from, that where I'm going to release music of those young artists, talented artists, and give them a platform where they don't have to knock doors or say that, and prove to them. As long as they have good talent, Wild Music Records and Haryanvi is there to launch them. That's my main purpose. And that's where I'm looking at good music, good artists.
And on the OTT platform, OTT perspective, any concrete plans for the next 1 year?
Yes, the app is under development and we are going to be launching in this year. And it is very important because you see our audience globally is huge. And it's not just in India, the Punjabis, but it's also globally when it comes to UK, US, Canada. And they have practically nothing in their language to watch except music, which is available on YouTube, and religious and news and some films. And how many films in a year would you expect to release? So it's time for somebody to go out and give Punjabis their own content in their language, which is still not being made ever.
Raji, I'd just like to say something.
Yeah.
We've got great kick-ass Punjabi songs to need played out. Let us know. You can send it down across to us. We will play it out in Calcutta, and also we'll stream it on Facebook Live across the world here.
We'll do podcasts together as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Yes,
podcast.
I have already sent an instruction to the organizers. Your numbers will be shared among all of you, all the 4 panelists of this session. A fabulous session, 4 minutes beyond time, so I'll have to close. Otherwise, it's very interesting, very interactive. And the way you guys also talked among yourselves was very interesting indeed. From Punjabi to Bengali to Bhojpuri and Maithili, it has been a fabulous session, understanding how entertainment is going regional, 2020 review, and a bit of 2021 preview. And remember, audiences, the members of the audience who are here, this is on this channel that Ms. Raji says that the app is being prepared and Punjabi OTT would be released very soon.
But that's why, by the way, this is the first time I'm announcing it.
And we'd like to make a separate story on that on smx.network. I would urge the organizers to take note of that. And also the very beautiful perspective, literary perspective that Nitin has given with respect to literature and cinema and music. the interrelationship. I think a very good story can be done on that as well. And thank you, the radio that you watch and not just listen to. Thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that perspective. Once again, it's so nice to listen to all of you. Over to Chandan for the last session, how technology is impacting upon media and communication over the last 1 year, more specifically. That is the last subject of the last session, tech impact on media and communication. Over to Chandan Kumar to moderate that session. It was a great pleasure listening to you all, and we hope to see you again on some other occasion very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ujjwal sir. In fact, moderation by you, Ujjwal sir. Maybe limitation of time, you have to leave it to a different session altogether. But my heartful thanks to all the eminent speakers in this panel. In a very last moment, we were so lucky and fortunate, Raji ji, to have you on board. And thanks for good coordination from your team as well, so that they kept me reminded, and we are very fortunate to have you over here. Jimmy ji, it is absolute delight to hear you. Fortunate are the people in your region who have been listening to you every time, but we are fortunate to listen to you for the first time. And definitely this is going to be the recorded version. We'll be putting this in our YouTube channel. It has been a great insight coming out from, such an eminent speakers from maybe from north to south, east to west, all information we give. In fact, the Bijord founder, Mr. Nitin Neera Chandraji, lots of good input you shared in this forum. We were fortunate to have you over here. So keep following our social media channels, and we'll just to again reframe and remind again what Ujjwal ji left with us. We are in open media. We accept all the articles, interviews, and good content which is there in your sectors. It could be a launch, it could be a news, it could be any article. We would love that to edit it and post it on our channel so that it goes to the rightful audience and many people could benefit from your content which you're providing. Thank you so much for joining.